By default, games will be scheduled Thursday through Sunday during the 10-hour prime time window of 18 to 4 UTC, unless otherwise noted by the tournament organizers. It will be possible for individual lobbies of players to adjust their game time if all members agree to it, but it is important that rescheduled games be played between 0 UTC Thursday and 0 UTC Monday. This is to prevent the Phase 1 risk gameplay from overlapping with Phases 2 and 3, which respectively occur between the consecutive 24-hour timeframes of 0 UTC Monday to 0 UTC Tuesday, and 0 UTC Tuesday to 0 UTC Wednesday. The remaining 24-hour window from 0 UTC Wednesday to 0 UTC Thursday is intentionally blocked off to give players time to react to their scheduled game time and make any necessary changes within their lobbies. As gang members progress through the rounds, dodging hits as best they can, they will continue building their street cred until they reach the maximum level of 70 points. Once a gang member reaches the level of street cred, they are then classified as a fixer. Gang members who have achieved the fixer status can no longer build street cred through earning placement points. However, they can continue to earn bounty points in the same way as non-fixers, along with receiving bonus points in lieu of placement points. These bonus bounty points effectively manifest themselves at a 50% exchange rate compared to how placement points are normally received, rounding down when necessary, and are identical to regular bounty points in value. This means that from 6th to 1st place, the respective amount of bonus bounty points earned by a fixer is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5 points. In this way, fixers do not directly add to their gang's overall street cred reserve, but they do greatly assist in protecting their fellow gang members while also wreaking havoc upon outsiders. Fixers abide by the same hitmen and bodyguard dynamics as other gang members, meaning that they lose a round of play for their first undefended hits and are eliminated from the tournament if they cannot defend against the third. Likewise, the number of hits already received by a gang member does not reset itself when that member becomes a fixer. During the game in which a gang member attains the fixer status, any placement points over the 70-point street cred limit will be prorated and converted into the equivalent value of bonus bounty points. In other words, if a player goes into their final game with 69 points, dab, of street cred and manages to place first for 10 placement points, the remaining 9 points will be converted to 4 bonus bounty points rather than disappearing. On their quest to conquer the 5 points of discord, as we will call it, gang members will be battling it out through the course of the tournament to win, which can happen in one of 3 ways. The first contingency for winning is when a gang manages to fill their street cred reserve to the maximum level of 70 points per member before any other gang. Since each gang is made up of 6 members, a gang will max out their street cred reserve at a value of 420 points. The second contingency for winning is to be the last gang standing. This quite simply means that being the last surviving gang after all the other gangs have been eliminated from the tournament. In this case, the last gang standing will obviously take first, while the rest of the gangs will be placed based upon how long they survived, as survival duration is weighed higher than peak street cred level achieved. The third and final contingency for winning is when a gang manages to accumulate the highest total street cred reserve at the end of the 13 possible weeks of the tournament, without reaching the maximum street cred reserve or being the last gang standing. The placement of the other surviving gangs will be based upon total street cred reserve levels, while the placement of the eliminated gangs will be based upon order in which they were eliminated. Again, the elimination of a gang will always be the superseding factor when determining placement within the tournament, regardless of street cred reserve level obtained. In the case of draws, any of these situations, or in earlier eliminating rounds, players will play sudden death match using settings chosen by the tournament organizers to decide the placement of the gangs in relation to others. These potential matches may consist of free-for-alls, 3v3s, 2v2s, or 1v1s, depending on the situation, all of which will be at the tournament organizer's discretion. That being said, a 1v1 between gang bosses could be a highly probable method in deciding the fate of the contenders at stake. Speaking of stakes, The time has come to announce just how big of a stake the winning participants of the Gangs of Discord get to claim from that hefty $3,000 prize pool. The first place gang will get $1,500 of the total prize pool, followed by $750 to the second place gang and $450 to the third place gang. The remaining $400 will go to the individual gang member that scored the highest combined total of placement and bounty point. These prizes will be publicly announced to all of the tournament participants and be distributed to the winning gang bosses for further distribution to their appropriate gang members, aside from the individual prize, which will be distributed directly to the highest scoring participant. As hinted at the beginning of this video, customizable commemorative t-shirts will also go out to each of the members of the winning gang and to the highest scoring participant. Lastly, and most importantly, eternal bragging rights to the winning gang. That is, at least until Season 2. Thank you all so much for your time. This has been Mr. Evolve. Thank you to WRLE for hosting this tournament. Adios.